Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwartner, and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today, we have a special guest, Tris Brown, who's the CEO of LSA Global. Welcome, Tris.
Hi, Gerhard. How are you?
Tris, you occupy an interesting niche in the consulting business. You have two areas of specialization. One is you are helping organizations create a winning revenue strategy, but also you help organizations identify peak performance behaviors of the top performers. How did you embark on documenting what you teach your clients?
I grew up working at Accenture, and we were doing large-scale strategy and systems implementations. And the technology part was the easy stuff. And the hard part was getting people behind it and changing their behaviors to use the systems in a way that made sense. So the same thing is true, we believe, with sales behaviors. It's not very difficult to identify the sales skills and behaviors you need to do to be successful, but it is hard to get people to do it in a context that's going to make it happen in a whole company.
So what you're saying is you really have a three-legged stool. You have high-performance behavior, you have a high-performance culture, and you have a high-performing strategy.
Yeah, and the art is figuring out which one of those legs of the stool do you push and pull on at what pace for your unique marketplace to get you where you want to go. Some companies, you want to grow 30, 45% in a high growth market. That's playing with the different legs of the stools differently than you're in a maturing marketplace and you're just trying to stabilize and head off the competition to reinvent that growth curve.
So how do you create an assessment for organizations in order to measure whether all three legs of the stool are proportional?
We've done some research across 410 companies in 8 industries. It's been over a couple of years. And so we have a way we can go in and measure each leg of the stool to see where you should start. And then within each leg of the stool, you can do a detailed assessment to go even deeper. Most typically, you pick which leg of the stool to tackle first. On the behavioral side, we end up doing simulations and psychometric tests that can actually measure sales behaviors for leaders and sales reps against a database of high performers to figure out how far away people are at being good and effectively living those skills.
How do you know when it comes to the culture part that your culture is not in sync with the execution of your strategy and the application of the behaviors?
So even though culture is a lot of it's invisible, you just feel that things are hard. It's hard to get work done. It's hard to grow. It's hard to push deals through. So you've got legal in the way, trying to do terms and conditions. You've got finance messing with your pricing. You've got customer service not following up on the deal you did. You've got a manager not going with you on a big sales call and figure out. So everything you're trying to do to grow seems harder than it should be. So that's sign number one that your culture isn't really set up to drive growth.
What is it that you are doing differently that nobody else does?
The first is we really focus on outcomes, and we will do paid for performance work whenever our clients will let us. So, and then secondly, everything we do is research back, and our teams have been doing this for a minimum of 30 years. So if you need help with sales negotiations, you're going to get a team that all they've been doing for 25 or 30 years is sales negotiations. So I would say it's the third would be just very practical, outcome-oriented approach to getting stuff done.
Tris, is there any kind of assessment that you can offer to your clients?
Yes, we offer an LSA Global Growth DNA assessment, and it basically tracks what sales move to make when to drive growth.
Where can get people more information about you and your company?
LSAglobal.com. You can go there. You can download. We've got 200 articles, about 150 case studies, a lot of client testimonials. So if you feel like you should be growing faster or more profitably than you are, and you're not quite sure what's in the way, and you want to have a very thoughtful, outcome-oriented, practical conversation about it, we'd love to talk.
Well, thank you. I recommend that anybody who wants help with growing sales and growing revenues, go to lsaglobal.com. Thank you, Tris.
Thank you, Gerhard. Nice to see you.